In this video, I'll show you how can you improve your website AI visibility or GEO. I will show you how you can track your results and progress over time. And most importantly, what tangible action steps you should take right now if you want to optimize your website visibility in this new marketing era. Why it's so important? Because in the last few years, a new marketing channel appeared. Tools like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and many others are changing how we find information on the internet. Instead of just Googling for information, we ask our AI assistants to help us cook our dinner, find the best restaurants, find a new tool for our marketing campaigns, or many others. And if you really want to nail the customers in 2025, you need to appear in ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other AI tools results. If you want to still be relevant, you need to optimize for AI search results. That's why in this video, I'll show you the top platforms that companies are using to track their visibility and improve it. I will show you your exact action steps that you need to take and what platforms will help you to do that. In this video, I'll be talking about my own platform that I just created, and it's called AIclicks.io. It's a prompt tracker and AI visibility tool that helps you to understand how you are doing right now inside most important AI tools. This platform helps you to track most important prompts, AI results, understand most important sources, and create content. And even though there are a lot of different competition right now, I will show you why this platform is different and why we are the only platform that is actively building AI agents that not only track your presence, but also help you optimize for AI visibility. So if you want to stay up to date and know the latest technology in the space, watch this video till the end. So the first step, if you want to really improve your AI visibility, you need to understand your current situation. And you won't have it unless you actively audit your site and see how you're doing inside any marketing channel. And of course, the same situation appears in AI visibility scene as well. And if I want to audit my site, I would just go to AIclicks.io, where I can see my most important prompts that I should track, understand my competition, see the sources that AI already cites, and make action steps to improve my own visibility. When you registered for any AI visibility tool, your steps will start with some sort of visibility dashboard, right? Like I have it now, where I can track my visibility score, my sentiment, my share of voice, and my competition as well, latest mentions, the performance according to different AI models, and of course, the citations that we have. What I mean by citations, of course, the sources that AI cites in its responses. So all of this data is usually available in AI visibility tools. And you really need to have this if you want to optimize for AI search, because if you don't have any metrics, you cannot optimize for any sort of patterns that your customers make. So it's a black box without any visibility. That's why it's really important to track and see your current situation. There are 3 types of most important metrics that you need to track in order to optimize for AI visibility. First metric is your visibility score. So basically it means how many times of all AI responses you are mentioned, your percentage score in mentions. The second data that we track is your sentiment, and that means how positively or negatively AI talks about your brand, your solutions, and your products. And the third important metric is your share of voice, your part in the pie of all of the AI responses. So how you're doing compared to your competition, and which brand in your industry is getting the most visibility and traction in AI results. And of course, you can do a lot of this manually and track all of this information by hand by just typing all of your potential questions in ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, Grok, and many others. But it will take so much time in order for you to classify and aggregate all of this data. That's why solutions like AI Clicks or many others appear in the market right now that help you to optimize and track this visibility automatically. However, this visibility score, sentiment scores, and many other data points that we track, we are not getting this from thin air. We need to start by tracking the most important keywords or prompts that you have in order for you to have all of this data. So all of these visibility platforms and how they start by tracking and optimizing the prompts that are most important for your brand. And in this video, I will show you an example of NordVPN. So it's a VPN provider and what potential prompts they might track, how we are doing inside the AI search, and even how we can optimize for AI results as well. So even though I'm in my dashboard, I see competitors like Surfshark, ExpressVPN, ProtonVPN, and many other. The most important action steps that I need to have is going into my prompts tab, where I can select most important questions that my potential customers might ask. So for example, which VPN is the best for streaming? What's the best VPN for traveling? What's the fastest VPN? Which VPN works best on iPhones, and many others. So usually we are thinking about high commercial intent prompts that people that are looking for solutions inside ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini are already asking, and we track your brand performance for these particular queries. Inside these platforms, you could track your brand keywords or prompts volume, the average position, your sentiment, the mentions that you got inside each and every AI responses, as well as the total number of sources or citations that these AI tools output you. As you see, for these particular prompts, NordVPN is doing pretty good. Their average position is in first places, the sentiment is always green, we got a lot of mentions in each and different prompts, and their visibility score is really high. Of course, not all brands can have all these type of results unless you're optimizing for SEO and GEO for a long time now, but for average users, the results might be a bit less positive. Now you might wonder how we get this data and from where we take all of these results. So inside our platform, we are asking each and every prompt inside our table, inside our dashboard, for multiple AI tools. If I click on one prompt, for example, you will see that we ask this type of question for ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity, and we basically insert this question and we analyze all the data that ChatGPT outputs it. And unlike many different alternatives, we are not sending this data via API. We are doing this by utilizing our own browser agent that goes to ChatGPT and insert this question that we are tracking with. And why it's so important? Because when you are using API, you cannot really insert any location or any information about your potential customer. And when you have this type of technology that helps you to insert this via browser agent, we can really get more representative and accurate results. And we do this in all major AI tools that cites the results. So Gemini as well, we give you all the sources that AI answers, and based on that we aggregate the data and give you like your visibility score, your sentiment, and many other data points that I already showed you. As well as Perplexity, we do pretty much the same. Some of you might wonder, how do we get these prompts in the first place, and from here we get the most important high commercial intent prompts. So inside our platform, we have our own custom algorithm that scrapes your websites and looks for the keywords that you're ranking in. and based on that we give you some suggestions. Also, we have a tool inside our platform where you could basically get constant recommendations for any particular prompt you would like to have, and also you could just add these prompts manually if you like. You could just translate the most important keywords that you're tracking right now and put them as prompts inside ChatGPT and Perplexity monitoring. In a nutshell, we ask these questions for different AI engines. We track your current position, how many mentions did you got, and what are the other sources that AI loves to cite inside its responses. So as you see, for some of the queries, ChatGPT, for example, in this case, we are not giving you any source, okay? So it's just giving you answers based on its knowledge base. And as you see, there are multiple products mentioned. So in this case, we have like double VPN and like other platforms and software tools that AI mentions, and it didn't give you any source. However, in a case like Gemini, it gave you a bunch of different sources that we have inside our platform. As you see, it cites top10vpn.com, cnet.com, thiscase.com. It gives you like some informational background on the topic. Also, it cites some product websites, as you see, like ExpressVPN. AI always chooses which type of sources it might cite. Is it like a product page, or is it a third-party blog or something like that just mentions different VPNs in this case. And as you see, even though there are multiple different mentions speaking about the products, we can see that Gemini basically read multiple different reviews and said that ExpressVPN, first position, and NordVPN, position number 2, are consistently ranked as top choices. So that's why in this particular case, NordVPN gets a second position, and it gets a couple of different mentions inside the program, and in total, Gemini cited 31 different sources inside its response before giving a complete answer. So that's what data points we are tracking right now in order for you to understand your visibility score. And based all of this data that we have inside our platform, all of these prompts that we are tracking, we give you an aggregated view inside our platform where you could just look at your visibility score over time. You could choose like different periods, 1 month, 3 months, year, and couple of days, and so on and so forth. You could get all the comparisons between you and your competitors. So NordVPN in this case is number 1, but still it gets a lot of different competitors that we also need to understand and how we are doing inside each and every platform, as well as an aggregated model performance, as I mentioned before. So that's where we get this data, but it's not the end, okay? Second action step that you need to take is not only track your prompts, but see the results and sources that AI cites. So you could just go to sources, you will get your ranking across different models, and you will be able to see all the sites, all the sources that AI tools gave you in each and every response we analyze. So as you see, in total there are more than 800 URLs, different URLs that ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity gave you. As you see, there are third-party articles from websites like TechRadar, VPN Pro, and many other. There are social media mentions. There are competitor articles that AI also cites. And inside our platform, we could basically have an aggregated view and see which model cites which source, what type of source there is, how many prompts mentioned this particular source, how many mentions did you get in each and every response, if your competitors are mentioned in the source, and what's the average percentage of the source used, and the citations that you got. So there are a bunch of different data where you could just basically go one by one and see how you're doing across different channels. So for example, you could just press on this particular website, you will go to Reddit in this case, and you will see AI is picking this type of information for you, and you could just create content on it. You could see some patterns or topic ideas for your own website or content creation. You could make #1 comment inside any third-party mention or thread inside Reddit, and many others. So basically, this acts as your action center as well, because you could decide on the action steps that you could create. So for example, you could go to your competitor article, press it, and see what type of topic we are writing about and why AI cites it. So you could get inspired by its content, structure, see their website, and see what they are doing. And of course, we're doing something successful if AI cites it. So you could get content inspiration or any other ideas on what is working right now and do something similar for your brand as well. Moreover, you could also check for most popular domains, so basically aggregated data. You could see what type of sources AI cites the most. So in this case, as you see, ChatGPT and Perplexity is citing Reddit as the top domain most of the time. As you see, like we are from 800 total sources, there are 136 Reddit mentioned. So Reddit is cited a lot, and it's really important channel that you should optimize for if you want to appear in AI results. And this data pretty much shows you that you really need to optimize for Reddit. And in this case, you could just press this button and see all the Reddit threads that are getting traction right now. And you could just go into each and every one of them and basically write content, create content, comment, be active in this community, and you will really improve your AI visibility. Because if Reddit is the #1 source, and if your brand is always appearing in these responses, of course you will be mentioned in ChatGPT and Perplexity results. And the most important tactic is that you could not only be mentioned, but also increase your sentiment score and make your brand appear better compared to competitors. And of course, you could do this all with all the different domains that you have. So in this case, Tom's Guide, TechRadar, Security, Cyber News, CNET, and YouTube as well. So you could just create content, go into this articles, buy mentions or backlinks, collaborate with them, ask to sponsor their articles. Maybe we'll write 2025 update or something like that, and make your brand appear in these type of sources. And our tool helps you to choose the priorities and see what are the most important sources that you need to be in. Also, we give you data by prompt. So basically, this is a more granular data. We can see what sources AI cite for each specific prompt that you are tracking. So basically, we just check what's the fastest VPN, and you will get all the sources that AI cites. So you could also check in which prompts you are not mentioned or you don't have any position, and basically understand what type of sources AI cites. So for example, in this case, is it worth paying for a premium VPN over a free one? NordVPN is not covered in such a query, and their sources are not cited. So this is one of the optimization points that you might use in order to increase your rating inside all of these tools. You just look at all the prompts where you are not mentioned and create content based on these topics. And that takes us more to a practical side of things. Of course, really understanding how you're doing and auditing your site is really important, but when you are speaking about action steps, you really need to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So #1 rule for all of brands that we see right now is that when you're trying to optimize for particular prompts, of course, you need to start by answering these prompts with your content in as many channels as you possibly can. So which VPN is best for streaming? What's the best VPN for traveling? And so on and so forth. If you have these prompts, you need to answer these questions inside your blog, inside your website, inside your social media. So think about LinkedIn, YouTube, Reddit, and many other channels like Medium, Quora, forums like Stack Overflow or GitHub. It depends on the niche that you're in, but each and every UGC generated content really makes a difference, and you need to be there. So basically, go into conversations, be helpful, answer and pitch your brand inside these responses in order for you to optimize for AI visibility, get mentions, and dominate the internet in the end. So yeah, first part is for you just to answer these questions with your content. Go in as many channels as you possibly can. Don't sleep on Reddit because it's mostly most used source in each AI responses, so you really need to optimize for Reddit. So you could create your own subreddit and post content about the topic that you're in. You could find the most important threads right now inside Google and create top comments inside there. And also you could just track your keywords or also create content around them. So I'll definitely create a video on how you can growth hack on Reddit very soon. But right now I'm just saying that you should really start thinking about Reddit as well. And of course, our goal at AI Clickers is not only give you some bunch of analytical data, but give you real action steps that you can take right now in order to optimize for AI. So our roadmap is full of AI agents that will help you to optimize and take actions on your behalf for you to optimize in AI visibility. So right now we also have a couple of tools that will help you to optimize your AI visibility as well. So inside our platform, you could go to recommendations and you will see constantly updating recommendations on the actions that you need to take and content that you can create. So basically we scrape your website sitemap and we check what type of content that you are written already and what content could possibly be created on top of it, in order for you to optimize for the prompts that you are tracking. So we give you content ideas, and not only that, you could go and press take action button and we have like AI agent that will write this content for you, and we do that on the best AI SEO and classical SEO guidelines. So inside our platform we could also create this type of content where you get images, internal and external links, keywords, tables, and all of this formatted and optimized content is ready for you to use. You could just copy paste it and use it inside your blog and website. So we have this content creation agent, and of course in upcoming future we will ship multiple AI agents that will help you to optimize for Reddit, that will help you to outreach different creators and get their emails and get your mentions inside third-party sources and many others. So if you want to real optimize for AI visibility and not just track, I think this tool is for you if you want to take action right now and don't just look at nice dashboards. And with that said, I would like to wrap up our short video. I showed you what are the current strategies that marketing teams and agencies are doing for you to optimize for AI visibility, and I described the most important tool that you could try right now in order to optimize for AI visibility. So thanks for watching and see you soon.